Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the official ARK Podcast, number 102. My name's Coach Brad, and I'm here with the core team. Your host tonight, as always, a dedicated leader, Atlas. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you for the introduction, Brad. And thanks to all of you folks that are here with us tonight, ready for another edition of the Nightly Podcast. Guys, ARK is doing great. Folks are hearing what's so special, why the smart money's here, how these contracts just keep printing to a tune. That a lot of the investors, it's just been 54 days, December 18th, that ARK has been launched on the water, and it is sailing at full speed, folks. Growing, we are at 2,957 vault accounts. Super bullish. Just 3 new accounts away from the 3,000 account milestone. Another all-time high is we're seeing the Spark price pool is at 238.20 ARK. That is a street value of 1,362.50 BUSD. And so far, the 53 past winners have accumulated already over 46,600 BUSD worth of ARK that's been deposited directly into their account and taking their investment to a whole nother level. We call it nitro mode here at the ARK. It's a beautiful thing to see. We've had a couple of folks win twice. If you win, doesn't mean that you're out. You can be as lucky as your stars align for you. And that's, I think, a great opportunity for folks to really take that investment to a completely other level. We also have a very, very special reveal for you folks. Brett's going to be showing you the design of our V40. And the V40 is the flagship. This is our target. This is our goal, our prototype of where we're going to be in the next coming months as we roll out our utilities, as we roll out other products to incorporate here into the ARK Vault, the foundation, the legacy NFT. It's got to have a presence. It has to have a visual representation, a style, a brand that is transcending and offering users on a global scale a web app that they're able to interact with and that it's simple. That is our mission here, folks. DeFi simplified, and helping these folks battle the inflation that's happening on a global scale, hedging their fiat for a better tomorrow. So we couldn't be happier, and we thank you all for your great patience, letting the team work, and understanding that what we've already delivered is of quality. The team has been taking feedback from every investor. We've had some investors come up with ideas, and within 5 minutes, you're seeing it on the user interface. We haven't seen a team like this be put together in this DeFi space. And we're so grateful to every single one of you who has taken the time to do your due diligence and to understand ARK. You are the foundation, you're the pillars that are going to go on this ride with us as we onboard the average Joe, the average Janes, the Uber drivers, the single mothers, the folks that are driving trucks and delivering the goods that keep us fed and keep the wheels of the economy turning, but are looking for an alternative. They're looking for a leg up. They're looking for an opportunity to get out of the rat race and improve their life and reach their financial goals and dreams. It's a huge responsibility, but it's an amazing offer that we've taken the time, 10 months to put this together. A lot of great, bright minds having their their hand in molding the clay of what you have here today. And this is just the beginning. Mr. Brett Morgan, how are you doing tonight? Please come on board and join us.
Great.
Excited, man. Big moment.
Yeah,
big reveal.
It's been a big week. Yeah, we have so many things going on. Would you like me to start sharing my screen now, or do you want to talk through some updates first? How would you like to proceed?
Yeah, let's do some updates. Let's talk about what's happening and some of the news and a little bit of a setup and a preface to what they're going to see tonight, how it all came together and what the progression is here, what to expect as we move forward. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Yeah, so maybe a couple quick updates on the auto allocation. We made some adjustments last week, and there were some questions that popped up in the Telegram, so I just thought I would drop a couple mentions about it. We did a great sync, kind of a reset of the auto allocation, went very successfully, and everybody should have returned to their normal schedules, and now everything is going to happen at a random time. So if your wallet has already run, that will be its scheduled time to run on the auto allocation. And everybody's at a different time now, so it's all staggered and should go a lot more smoothly. Also, Alex did some work on setting some limits for the CWR. So if you're doing manual allocations now and you want to start the automated process, it will look, the system will look first at your CWR and what you've done with your past history. And it won't allow you to start the auto allocation process if you're going to hit a limit with your CWR. And what we're trying to do there is eliminate errors. If you do get that error limit from the auto allocation system, it doesn't allow you to start auto allocation, then what you'll need to do is follow a split allocation, which is like a 50-50, 60-40. Every time you do your allocation on the vault page, you'll need to run that for, probably a little while until you clear your schedule of those 100% allocations that would cause you to hit a CWR limit. And then you can come back to the auto allocation system. And the reason why we're doing that is we're trying to eliminate a lot of the errors from the system to get the gas fees down. And so we're going to look at this in about a week or so and see if we can drop the gas fee from 0.005, which we know is high, down to maybe 0.004 to start, and then incrementally lower if we can from there. So if everybody can help us and do split allocation schedules prior to starting your auto allocation, that will greatly reduce the gas fee for everyone. So if you're thinking about doing auto allocation, setting that up in the next few days or so, maybe just put in enough gas to go 7 to 10 days. Because if we do reduce the price, we don't want anybody to be upset. They put in 3 months at 0.005. We reduce the price, and then people will have been able to pay a cheaper price if they just waited a little bit longer. So if you're thinking about it, maybe put in a week to 2 weeks. See if we can lower it. If we can lower it, great. Then you can extend that further at any time. So that's kind of an update on the auto allocation. Lots of little UI tweaks and things happening in the background. I mentioned the calculator. Alex is going through the calculator probably over the weekend, and we're hoping to get that cleaned up and in a shape for a more mobile-friendly layout. Right now, it's kind of clumsy on mobile, and I didn't really like it that much. So we're going to have that calculator probably available early next week, I'll say. He's got a lot of other things to work on. Including he's going to start with the PWA and helping out the current UI UX developer with that. And that kind of leads me into, what we're going to see tonight. This is the V40 version of the PWA, as Atlas mentioned. This is sort of the forward looking. What we're going to be releasing soon, we're hoping end of month, early March-ish. We have, testing to do and make sure that it's working. We may release it to a small group and let them work with it first before we do a full, rollout. But what we're trying to do is take the designs that you're going to see tonight and pull those forward as much as we can, which might take a few more days, week maybe, in the development schedule to get some of these features that we're going to see tonight incorporated into the current DApp in the PWA form. because we know this is an exciting design. Once you see it and you kind of see some of the ways that it functions and just the elegance of it, I think we're going to want to, once you see it, you can't forget it, right? So we're going to want to pull as much of those design elements forward as much as we can without, delaying the PWA months or anything like that. So we're trying to balance things in terms of just scheduling and then what can we achieve and get it out in everybody's hands. And as I mentioned the last couple days, we've talked about funneling systems and getting a sales process in place. So all these things are going to converge kind of at once, where we're building these funnel systems, these marketing systems, landing pages that everybody can use. Also live Zoom calls starting and things like that. So we have these elements kind of all coming together with the PWA and the launch of the PWA. So it's sort of our relaunch of a marketing system, I would say, through this PWA platform. And then as time progresses, obviously, we're going to plug in new products. We're going to go from, fiat to fiat. Ours, we have this income generating system in the middle, and that's how we expand. So really what you're going to see tonight is the start of a tool and a platform that we can not only use to give more access to more people in the world, but then also expand and use that reach to develop and introduce more products. So yeah, we're really excited about it, and I hope everybody enjoys the presentation of it. I'm not an expert with the PWA in this format yet, so I spent probably about a half hour or so kind of clicking around and playing. So forgive me if I fumble a little bit on the workings of it, but yeah, it should be great either way.
Absolutely. But we're going to share the video first, the video presentation. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. You cannot? It should be a dark screen.
I cannot. It's dark. Yeah, it is dark. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. Let me go ahead and do that. One quick second, make sure that we have everything set. Could you guys hear that or no?
Yep. Could hear it.
All right, just give me a second here. Here we go.
Let's get this crypto. Oh, God damn.
Oh, yeah. Let's get this crypto.
Brett's all yours.
Okay, thank you. Let me share my screen real quick. One second. Can you see my screen okay, Atlas?
Yes, sir. We can. Go right ahead.
All right, great. Yeah, so this is the home screen. I'm just going to walk through the major functions, and you guys can see how it kind of plays together. We have all of the products that you're familiar with, so the vault, the foundation, the NFTs, but a little different way to navigate. And we've talked about, Uber and some of these other apps that are super user-friendly, but also have a creative way of displaying information. And so the idea, the concept here was really move the design forward. The designer that did this layout has worked on very expensive and very high level financial institution apps, investment apps, hedge fund apps. So he has a really good concept, not only of crypto and what we're doing, but also what, institutions would consider to be a professional look and feel. So hope you guys get an idea of what this is going to look like. And I'll just start to walk through a little bit the screens here. So this would be the home page, and you can scroll up a little bit and start to see the pending transactions. So a little history that you've had. And this is just things that are going to be at your fingertips. And so this is a spread the word section. The concept here is we have educational videos and other things that you could share with other people. The NFTs and your account activity. So kind of a history of what you've done recently. So this is really a launching screen here for some of the different sections of the app. We have our chart here and some statistics for the protocol. And so this would be kind of akin to what we see now on the homepage of the DApp. And then we have an action button. So these are some of the most used functions that you'll see people using. And this sell button right here is going to also become the refer button on the live app that we're creating. I know this because I walked through the current developer with that. And so you'll be able to put your QR code up instantly if right from the home screen. If you want to refer your link over to somebody, they can just scan your QR code. I'll show you the QR code in a section, in another section of the app, but it's already on here now. We're just going to move it to be more prevalent in the action. If you want to deposit into your account from another device, or copy your link if you're sending crypto from an exchange, for example, into your wallet. To purchase ARK, you can select BNB or BUSD, and then you can make a purchase. And those purchases would get automatically deposited into your vault account. You're going to, the sell right now isn't active. Then I'll jump over to the vault account. So this is a little similar to what you're used to seeing as far as your CWR, your allocation. Here's some core stats for your vault. We have a lot of this on the DApp now, but this is moving it down so that it's not always in the line of sight, but it's still there and available. So you kind of have that, basic mode at the top, and then a more, pro stats mode down at the bottom. So just thinking about simplifying the layouts and making more things available at your fingertips. This is the syndicate, or we call it the networking page, but it's really the syndicate. And I'll come back to that because that's where the QR code is. But this shows like your down lines and your up lines. So some of the stats and information there. I really like the use of color and the impact that these little design features have. It's really cool. So this is how you would scan your QR code if you have a friend that you want to refer over to Arkfi. It's that simple. Or you can send your code. So you can copy it here and send it, or you can send it this way through these different social functions that can be connected to the app. So this is really extending the concept of social integration and sharing, and being able to extend the app out to other platforms, and not just, disparate systems between the D app and then what you're doing on other platforms. This is a way that we can start to integrate those functions to allow you to be able to share the investment with more people that are already in your network. So spreading the word, and this is some more education. Could be content from like the all aboard sessions, things like that, to give you ideas about videos that are coming in your feed. And then this is a look at the foundation. I really love the way he created a new concept here, and I'll show it to you really quickly. But it takes the available rewards that you have and creates a concept to show how it could move. If you reinvested it, it goes into your account, or if you withdraw it, it basically moves out. And we could incorporate this concept into additional things. So it shows 350 withdrawn, and it shows the logo there. I thought that was pretty neat the way he did that. And these can also be manually done down here and not through the screen interface. So really just stepping through some of the functions and the concepts of how the buttons would work. And then the statistics screen, kind of like on your vault, you have the immediate actions, which you want to take for depositing and withdrawing up top. But then your statistics and things are just a scroll away. So really nice. And then to get to additional portions of the app, there's a menu button here that pops up. We see the Spark rewards. This will be on a different section of the DApp in the PWA format. So we're removing it from the home screen, and we're putting it into its own page just to simplify things and allow people to get easier access to the data that they're looking for. The legacy NFTs are here. We're actually going to move this to the this action bar that's down at the bottom. We're actually going to move some of this around, and we're going to have the legacy NFTs in that action bar. So it's at one click at your fingertips. So you basically have the vault, the foundation, and the legacy NFTs all down in this action bar, along with the pop-up menu that'll come from the home screen. So you have the different sections of the DApp at your fingertips here. And then we're introducing a concept for creating a profile. And this will kind of trickle into the marketing aspects as we get into creating these sales funnels and being able to identify and connect with people out in the real world that are already part of your network. So you'd be able to set up a profile with your picks, and you can see your wallets that are connected to the DApp. We also have just some basic settings and ways that we can push notifications to your phone, use a PIN for higher levels of security, which is a nice layer to introduce, and then some basic navigation that we have now in the DApp, but we've moved it to a little deeper in the navigation. So about the company, the team, the history. This is probably the public website, the white paper, smart contracts. We can have audit links, whatever else here that's more specific to ARK, the entity, and about the products in a little deeper level there. So let me click out of that real quick. So that's a pretty good overview, Atlas. Did you want me to go back through any sections, or is there any comments or questions?
Oh, I think that was quite wonderful. Go ahead, Terrence. I think you wanted to give a comment. Let's open it up to the community. Let's hear from them. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd be happy to go back over any sections too. I kind of went through it quickly.
I think it's absolutely fire. And honestly, it takes ARK to a whole nother level, to be honest with you. And the beauty of the app, the simplicity of the app, everything about it, honestly, is super dope to me. And then I don't even think that the ARK community can put in his mind, like with this bridge of making it easy to get involved, what that's going to do. I think it's phenomenal. And can I get that this demonstration right here so I could do a video?
Hey, Brett, amen to what Terrence just said. I agree wholeheartedly. How would you with MetaMask interact with that?
You would use Wallet Connect. You could use Trust. You could use really any Web3 wallet. A lot of folks, we find that SafePal or Trust Wallet is really easy and simple to integrate into that. So you just do the Wallet Connect and you're up and running. Very easy, very fast, and safe. And MetaMask, of course, also. You can Wallet Connect to MetaMask.
I just love that idea, this concept he has here of moving the balance, is your available rewards here, and then moving it or withdrawing it to your account. I want to see, because there's a feature here. Let's see if it pulls up. It's running a little slow on my end, I think, because I'm sharing my screen. There. Oh, it just flashed. So what happens is the whole screen kind of illuminates. It's really cool, but I think just because I'm screen sharing, it's just a little laggy on my end. Yeah, it was really, really neat concept he had.
What about you, Brandon? What do you think? I don't think we can hear Brandon. Can anybody hear Brandon? I see his microphone's unmuted.
No, I can see him talking, but I can't hear him. You might have to leave and come, Brandon.
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Can you hear
yes,
me?
Sir.
Oh, okay. There's a little tiny touch button on my microphone that actually mutes it, and I guess I accidentally touched that at some point. I think it's awesome. One thing that I was thinking about as Brett was showing us the different screens is it has this look to it that it's almost like a magic money machine that I think users that are not used to the free money that we get in DeFi and in crypto, I think it's gonna be a magical experience to an extent where just like they're like, man, I put $500 into this thing and every day I log in and there's $6 available, or there's $10. They're just going to be like, this is free money from heaven. I don't know what's going on here. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see the reaction, sort of like you said, Joe Public, the average Joe, the average Jane. They're going to be kind of mind blown with this. And of course, I'm a huge fan of the idea that we're going to be everybody in ARK is going to be able to just whip out their phone wherever they go. I mean, everybody has their phone with them now. So they just whip it out and pop up the QR code and there you go, like somebody's just instantly in the system. And I think I've asked this before. Well, I know I've asked this before, and I'm pretty sure you answered this, but just ask again. With the QR code, when they scan that, it's kind of two functions in one, if I'm correct. They're going to download the app for themselves, and part of that will automatically transfer my referral address into their app as the referrer. Correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Easy and simple. That's the key here, guys. This is not your grandmother's ROI DApp. Those days are old. We're experts. We're DeFi. Some even claim to be degens, and that's great. But there's a massive market that is sitting in a position of understanding inflation and what's happening in their lives, in their countries, wherever they might be in the globe. And it's a mission for us to go out there and bring them on board in every language on the planet. So we have to be able to cross that hurdle of the education piece, as well as the understanding that crypto is here to benefit every single person. So we have to cross that barrier of entry and be able to provide it in this type of format. What you're seeing here is what we've intended from day one, the whole purpose of getting together here. But you can't achieve this without having the right team. This team's come together with a purpose, a multi-year strategy and commitment. The designer and Jan, these guys, what you're seeing here, cost upwards of 400,000 euros. They're here on board the ARK with all of you, understanding that it's not a get rich overnight. This is a amazing opportunity through time, with the growth, with mass adoption. They do hedge funds in Europe. They do banks. They do government institutions. This is not, a game. This is something very, very serious. And there has to be a level of professionalism, ease of use, and common sense when it comes to really building this. A lot of folks have great ideas, but they're not able to execute. Who else has a comment? First impression? We'd love to hear from you.
I got a comment. I just think that the ability to have it on the phone, like Brandon said, and be able to show, like my dad or somebody who has no idea or think that crypto is just a scam, the activity screen there that showed like the history of the money that I'm making, that's going to sell people. They're going to see how easy it is to navigate this, and it's mind-blowing. It's pretty awesome. Sweet.
The proof is in the statistics, right? And being able to show, here's what I did this week. This is when I got in. This is my growth. This is how fast I'm going. I, got a legacy NFT. I'm at a different speed. Right there, all in the palm of your hand, folks.
I have a question.
Go ahead, sir.
All right. This is a one-click app. I love it. And my question is this. So you mentioned that when you try to use this app, you got to have Wallet Connect or MetaMask. Does it mean that you got to have mobile version MetaMask running on your mobile device?
Yeah, man, could you speak a bit louder? You sound very, very low. Can you turn up your volume, your gain?
Okay.
Or speak louder. Thank you. Can you turn up a bit more?
All right. Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's better when you talk loud. Yes, go ahead.
All right. Yes, it's a one-click app. I love it. So, wow, it's amazing job. And I'm anxious to see in action. But my question is this. So do you need to have, for Connect, you said that to connect this app, you got to have Wallet Connect or MetaMask. Does it mean that you got to have a MetaMask installed on your mobile device to work with this app? That's my question.
Absolutely, sir. You need to have a Web3 wallet in order to be able to connect with the mobile application.
Got it.
Atlas.
Go ahead.
How are you, bro? From last night. The app looks wild, man. Good to see you again tonight. Just a quick question. I might have missed in the beginning. This is a PW. This is PWA, correct? This is not going to be native iOS or Android. You said this was PWA. I don't know if I missed that.
Our V1 that's going to be launching soon is going to be PWA, but our initiative, our goal is to, of course, have a native application for Android and iOS.
Yeah. Well, I think you guys have gone the right direction going PWA. I mean, you're avoiding all those extra costs of iOS and Android, and this ticks all the boxes. I've just done a task for a couple of people. I think this is amazing, man. So your PWA is going to connect directly through to your app, because if you, in the same token, your PWA can still work on your desktop on your desktop. It'll still download the app to your desktop, correct? PC wise.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, that's amazing, man. Okay, well. Shout out. I just wanted to make sure that I heard that PWA, because that's a ball. That's a game changer. You guys won't have all the licensing and the cost of all the Play stores.
Well, a step at a time. Yeah. It's a logical progression. Yeah, we're showing you the vision, where we're going. If you don't, in any business or anything you do in your life, if you don't have a destination, set goals and targets, then you're just lost in the ocean, right? You need to be very clear and precise, as there's a lot of work to be done. So, we said it, we have it, and we're giving you a glimpse and understanding.
One quick thing looking at this, bro, when I was busy with something on the screen, I looked across to it. Don't want to shill anything, but it sounds, it screams like the Cosmos Station, Cosmos Atom, that whole kind of futuristic vibe, man. I dig it. I really dig it.
Great to have you here again, man. Thanks for the feedback. Who else has a comment? First impressions, love to hear from you. Or a question.
All right, a quick question. The app is just amazing, the design and everything of it. I would love to see some sort of continuity between the website and the app. Will we be bringing the design of the app to the website as well?
Yes, sir, absolutely. It's a complete rebranding of ARK as we gear towards our crossing the bridge over to the real world.
Awesome. Great.
Who's next?
Atlas, Jedi, just a great job, man. Looks sweet. Can't wait to use it, man. Very good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That QR code is going to be an absolute game changer for onboarding people, rather than having to explain all the barriers that we currently, have in crypto. This is just going to remove them all. I am absolutely bullish. Cannot wait for this.
Yeah.
Crypto Putter.
What's going on, man? I came to the party a little late. I only caught the last half of this, so I'm glad it's recorded and I can rewatch it. But I share the same sentiments as just about everybody else on here. For people like myself who, if I'm trying to create a syndicate or just get people to get on this, I have a hard time communicating. Because a lot of people think that crypto, that's not real. It's a scam. It's a Ponzi. It's this. It's that. And now being able to, I think it was, I can't remember what his name was. He just said it just a few minutes ago. You pull out your phone, saying if this is a scam, then how do I have this? And watch, I'm going to go and do this right here. And now, how did this happen? And it's all right here. I've got it. I have complete access to it 24/7 whenever I want. And I don't know who it was that actually created all this, but there's going to be so many people in this space that are going to want that guy's information to start duplicating this. This is a game changer.
Better bring some bags. But I mean, we've got these people working full time here, Saturday, Sunday. Look, it was hard to build this team. I think there's no secret about that.
This is incredible.
it's different when you just hire people than when you have people that have skin in the game, that are having the appreciation, the understanding of what's ahead and how they can benefit personally, as well as serve others in such an amazing way with such a great product. And that's, where you get people working Saturdays, Sundays, late nights, 2, 3 in the morning, because they're a part of it. And that really transcends and creates a big difference.
I know you guys probably said in the beginning of this, but when is the ETA of this being released?
Well, we're starting with our V1 PWA. We're saying that end of the month, beginning of March is our soft target for that.
Gotcha.
But the full blown iOS Android version, I mean that's a process that takes a quite a long time. So we'll be progressing through that. So you're looking months and months to have the version for the Android and iOS, where you can just download it strictly there. People will be able to download to their mobile device, their Android, their iOS device as soon as we launch the V1. Just going through the store part of it.
Sure.
Is a process. Gotcha. And we understand that, and we have the experts here on team on board that's handling all of this here for us. So you see us here on the podcast, but the rest of the hours we're in the back, we're deving, and we're having meetings and growing. As you can see, it's going quite wonderful. And there's other products that are being worked on that we cannot show you right now. There's a lot of IP. There's a lot of serious business that's happening that as we get those contracts in place and we're able to really establish and roll out the utility coming back here with external investment and products that are going to really transcend. And what's going to happen is that you're going to see these products tie into ARK and bring folks from the real world into ARK, where the high yield component is an added bonus. And then the folks that are here in DeFi, they're going to look at these other products and they're going to be interested in those products as well. So perfect synergy between, real world and DeFi. Very interesting stuff.
To you and your team, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Question, Alex.
Go ahead.
So I noticed in the little video, the little 1-minute video promo, which the first time I watched that, I'm not blowing smoke. I literally got chills. That is such the music, the images. Yeah, I love that 1-minute promo video or teaser video, whatever you want to call it. And at the tail end of that video, there's a thing where it shows like an NFT type of thing, like floating out of the phone. And then just after that, it looks like there's some kind of a payment card, like a Visa card or a debit card that's like floating up from the phone in that video. And I'm wondering, that brings to mind the question of looking at this app and Brett is cruising around clicking the different buttons. There's a withdrawal button. And I'm just wondering, where does when somebody clicks the withdrawal button, where does the money go?
Well, that's all part of the offboarding that's going to be coming on board, as well as fiat onboarding and other products as well. Full featured. Look, ideally, the holy grail of this, guys, is going even to fiat in, fiat out. For the little guy, there's such a sentiment and kind of narrative the past year. The Luna, the FTX, and so many companies going into bankruptcy. Even crypto miners are having issues. That the the sort of sentiment that folks are like, oh, wow, crypto. So, I mean, we're understanding there's all kinds of people with different mentalities. So even fiat in, fiat out is going to even just push this, like, it's going to be a sonic boom that's going to be heard here in this community throughout crypto, DeFi, and the real world as well. And that's where you're going to start seeing just this thing just take off at such a level, step by step. But, what we're working on, and as we implement all of these tools and products together, you're going to, with each one, have that sonic boom effect.
So then, basically, though, so the idea would be that the withdrawal button would top up your prepaid debit card. Is that right? The Ultimo card, is this where the Ultimo partnership comes into play?
There's different options when you think of onboarding, and I challenge you not to think small. Ultimo's offshore onboarding at the moment, and that's an incredible product, and we love it. That's where we're partners. But why couldn't you withdraw to PayPal or Zelle?
Right.
Or
to the app itself. Like you could withdraw it to the app itself, and then it's, if you want to send some quote unquote USD to someone else, you can be like, well, do you have ARK? Oh yeah, you do. Okay, well, send me your code, and I'll just send you some dollars from my ARK. Right.
Correct. Or transfer to any currency in the world. You got a friend that's living in Thailand, and he wants to receive, money. Yeah. So, yeah, you're barking up the right tree.
I'm a barker. I don't bite, but I do bark.
Good one, my friend. So yeah, you see where it's all going, and these are pieces, like Legos that you need to develop and you need to bring on board and just provide those solutions. So as it develops, as it comes on board and online, again, that's the sonic boom, another one, and then another one, and so forth, and tying everything in, and with the idea of just making it so simple, so accessible that no one would find the word no. It's like, why not? Hey, let's go for it. This makes sense.
I think that fiat in, fiat out concept is super powerful too, not just to avoid the negativity and the just the doubts and the skepticism associated with almost all things crypto these days, especially. I think that's fantastic to kind of work your way around that and not even have that be part of the discussion. And then it also turns this app into a magic money machine. You're like, wait a second. If I go to my credit union or my bank and start a savings account, I'm lucky to get 2% a year. And you're talking to me about 2% a day, or even 1% a day, or even 0.25% a day. If you're talking about something like Foundation or the NFT, legacy NFT, I think that's just going to be blowing people's minds, and they don't even need to know that cryptocurrency and DeFi is what is the engine behind this magic money app. Because it's going to be like that. It's going to be literally like a magic app that, holy crap, what are you talking about? 2% a day? What? You put dollars in and you get 2% out? What's going on here? That's magic.
Magic. Mr. Z, we haven't heard from you, sir. Another leader here, part of this great team and community. What is your first impression, sir? We've kept this under lid, even from other team members. Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Yeah. Give me a second. I'm gonna.
All right, come back when you're ready, sir. Chris Dugan, haven't heard from you, sir.
Loving the way that new app looks there, brother.
Fantastic.
Can you hear me now?
Let's see. Try again.
Yeah, I just got my microphone working. Sorry.
Perfect. You sound great. Go ahead.
Good. Yeah, this interface is blowing me away. Like, sort of, we're looking at swapping, we're looking at compounding, we're looking at doing all the functionalities within a few clicks. And that's the simplicity of DeFi. It really is. It's awesome. It's amazing to see. It's going to bring a bunch of a crowd. It's going to bring metaverses of crowds. It'll bring all sorts of simplicity to folks. I'm excited, man, personally.
Of all the projects you've been involved with, I mean, your history here into space and, you know, great teams and great products and great ideas coming to fruition. How do you compare? How do you measure what you're seeing here? And you already know what ARK is. You're interacting with it, but taking it to that next level.
Oh, man. Dude, there's roadmaps, and then founders don't hit those roadmaps. We're hitting all our marks. And this is what it's about. This is what it is. It's real world use case. This is how you do it. This is how you create the layers upon layers. Like, there's so much to this, and this is just the beginning, which is the exciting bit. We're going to be always innovating. Like, so those projects are there, sort of products. Our product is freaking awesome. And I'm looking forward to the busy days we're going to have now and the many, many sort of audiences we're going to be talking to. I'm really, really joyous.
We've always said it. If we only reached 100,000 vault accounts, we would consider ourselves an absolute failure.
Yes, I remember. We still talk about that. It's this narrative. 100,000 is a failure. We got to get to the millions, billions.
Absolutely.
Hey, Atlas, if I may, for those of us that are YouTubers like Brandon and Unlimited and some of the other ones, is there going to be a file or a link or something that we can put out as like a teaser for this to start showing some more interest than what we already have?
We'll have to get back to you guys on that, how we want to disseminate the information. And, you know, we frankly haven't thought about it till Brandon and you mentioned it. So we'll have a chat about it and get back to you.
Crypto Putter, I did show the little 1 minute teaser video. I just downloaded that to my. I just downloaded that to my computer, and then I imported it into. I use StreamYard to do my live streams. So actually, I showed that little 1 minute video tonight. If that's what you're talking about, I showed it a couple of times because I think it's so beautiful.
Oh, it is. Yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah. So I didn't. I mean, I'd love to show what Brett is showing us right now on this whatever this is, Figma. But yeah, I think that'll have to probably wait a little bit. Or, you know, technically you could download the recording of this podcast later on when they publish it in the Telegram. You could download that, and that's going to give you an MP4 file, a big one, and then you could chop it up and cut out little pieces of it.
We'll make it public, a private.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you guys, but generally, we control the way that a lot of the branding and information is really put out there under guidelines. So we'll make a decision, and we'll let you guys know how we're going to roll with that.
Okay, understood. Yep. Didn't mean to you step over any bounds.
No, it's okay. SK Crypto K, my friend. I don't know if you could talk because I know you're at work, but I'd love to hear your feedback if you're available.
Yay. No, I'm available, man. Just left work actually. So, but everything that I've seen on that app is so fresh, man. Like from the color scheme to how the animations go, it's just so professional looking, and clean. And I think people, hopefully don't underestimate the power of that Ultimo on ramp, right? And the off ramp with it. But even thinking back to when I was onboarding people into Drip or other protocols, I mean, you got to go through, you explain the process, but you're not showing them any kind of native app. You've got to go into let's onboard your money, link up your bank to Coinbase, crypto.com, yada, yada. But like with this is completely different, man. You just have a debit card, use the on-ramp, go through Ultimo, and you can get right in and get started with, through this native app on ARK. And that's going to be really clean and really easy to onboard people. I don't want people to underestimate how powerful this tool actually is. And the fact that it's a glimpse into what's going to be coming to even the webpage, this design, this rebranding of ARK, I think that's going to be very powerful, very awesome. I guess one question I do have is, when Brett, you were showing off parts of the app there, and you've got like a profile picture and whatnot that you can set up, are there future plans for even like a messenger within the app? Like, think about a syndicate leader who could just put a pinned post that only his syndicate can read or interact with. Are there any talks of that? I think that'd be fire.
Not as of yet. We're trying to tackle first the whole part of the onboarding, offboarding, ease of use, and a great thing here. For example, like right now we do every night the Spark rewards, right? But we're not able to ping the winner. We'll put the wallet address and we'll send around the groups, but when the Spark hits your account through the mobile application, having that notification, maybe you're having dinner. So that's something that's in the works because it just ties into the product and something that happens every single day. And we want people to know, and we feel, a bit that our hands are tied as folks have to currently log into the D app. And then once you do log into the D app, the way we've got it set up there, for the folks that win, Brandon can tell you how that went. But look, that's a great idea. And that's where you see that network and the social and that's all on the table. But as far as like the production side of creating the back end for a messaging system, it is not really on the roadmap at this point. But great idea and vision.
Yeah, absolutely. I know you guys always take good notes, so I'd be interested to see what comes 6 months from now. You guys have a knack for taking just a piece out of a conversation and then just running away with it and then blowing our minds. So congrats. I think that this app is something you guys have talked about forever, and now to actually see it in action, I think it's breathtaking. And I think everybody's going to see it that way. I think that when they go to teach this to people who just aren't even in crypto, it's going to just fit right in. It's going to be so simplistic. Hey, you got a debit card? Let's start an ARK account. Throw you in with $50, see how you like it. And then on their own, once they see how easy it is, they can just throw in whenever they want after that. So really good job, guys. Very proud of you. Fantastic work.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I can imagine how a tool like this would have simplified your onboarding as you were dealing with folks, and just giving it a whole nother level of understanding that pretty much everyone that's an adult and even children, have mobile applications. And then understanding that there's 1.4 billion people on the planet, adults, that are unbanked. Most of them have mobile devices, folks. So it's not just the people around you and that where you could easily understand how this could benefit you and them, but those folks that are just completely disconnected, that are living under conditions in third world countries that this could really have a huge impact on their lives. So we strive to connect with them and give them these tools. And I could see, communities, even very poor communities in the world, where maybe 10 people get together and they unite in their syndicate, and they are able to scrape enough to get your 10 ARK and start earning and covering your gas fees, and then, another 20 people from the, village, 10 kilometers, they probably have to walk there to meet with them. And they start really playing this game at a level that through time is going to catch on. And I do foresee it being a solution and going mass market in a lot of these communities. It just makes complete logical sense. Just think of, what's happening around the globe: Venezuela, Argentina, Brazil, man. These folks don't trust their banks. They don't trust their governments. And they're having to go and pay 2 times, 3 times, 10 times, what they were paying for, a hot dog, a rent, fuel to be able to get from point A to point B. So I don't think we have, guys, limits in front of us. Just a lot of opportunity there for the taking and for serving so many folks around the world. Mr. Catalyst, welcome aboard, sir.
Yes, sir. Happy D Friday. Super slick app. Very clean interface, very intuitive. I love everything about it. But one thing I really love about it is I noticed you now refer to the daily Spark prize pool drawing as the Spark Lottery. That is so much simpler to say. I have, as you know, I've written several articles on the daily Spark prize pool drawing, and that gets so long to type. Every time I type it out on an article, I'm like, there's got to be a better way. So I really like Spark Lottery. It's just a lot easier to say. So, but yeah, excellent app. I can't wait to use it. Thank you.
Thank you, Catalyst. Glad you like it, brother. We're very happy with it.
The notifications is just going to be unbelievable. Now, is that just going to be for the Spark Awards, or will we be able to get like notifications when we have a new investor in our syndicate, things of that nature as well?
Absolutely. And the idea is to be able to also set some parameters where, once you reach a certain level, or let's say that you're auto allocating and it's getting low, notify you of that. That's very important. Folks have busy lives, right? So, we want to make it, as passive and easy as possible, taking that into consideration. So notifications is going to be a huge component, and it's going to give folks that ease and kind of calmness of understanding that they're able to manage it without having to micromanage it. If that makes sense.
Well, I can tell you that what would be awesome for the ones that do manually allocation every day, I mean, some of us get tied up on the phone and forget we might be an hour late, but to have that tied to the notifications to bing us as soon as it timer hits 0 would be huge.
Or maybe 10 minutes before, send me a reminder.
There you go.
Why not?
I mean, hey, I'll get 3 dings. That's great. That means more money.
Ding, ding, ding. Chicken wings for dinner. Tofu. If
I
you're vegan.
definitely need 3 dings. My Fitbit reminds me 10 minutes before the hour ends that I need to get my dot still on my Fitbit, and 4 times out of 5 that's not enough, and I forget. And so yeah, I need 3 dings on my ARK app to remind me to allocate.
Have all the dings you want, sir. Go ahead, Coach Brad.
Thank you, sir. So for people that are running multiple wallets, how would that work? Would you have to, is there going to be like a drop down like there is in MetaMask where you just scroll through your wallets, or is that going to be a feature built in, or will you have to change on MetaMask and then it will, show on the PWA?
Yeah, of course, having all that integration for multi-wallet strategy is extremely important. So that's part of it. That's on the roadmap. Great question.
Awesome. Can we have this now, please, Atlas?
Soon, as we like to say in crypto.
Does
So,
anybody, if it's possible, 'cause I used my laptop with my main seed phrase, my main wallet, because that way I can use my ledger, my hardware wallet, to protect my seed phrase. I don't have to have my seed phrase loaded onto a software wallet on my laptop or my phone. So just thinking about this, I'm like, well, this won't be for me because I don't want to put my seed phrase onto a MetaMask app or a SafePal app on my phone. I don't want to have it. It's too valuable. But does anybody know, isn't there like a Ledger hardware wallet solution that can connect to your phone via Bluetooth? Is that a thing?
Of course. Of course.
Okay.
Absolutely, my friend. Yeah.
So I'll need to upgrade my Ledger then.
Yeah. And yeah, most ledgers. The X has Bluetooth, and I can teach you some tips and tricks too that you can make a dead wallet, and under that dead wallet, right? Let's say you open up a MetaMask. I'll give you a quick tip here because maybe some folks want to know how to do that. I am getting some feedback from somewhere. If you're not speaking, I'd definitely appreciate if you could mute your mic. Thank you, folks. What you can do this even on your computer. You open up a fresh MetaMask, right? And you can have that be your dummy account, right? And that's the key that's on your computer. But on that, you can also you can add under that and connect your wallet that you have set to the side, your ledger, and then you can put that into MetaMask, but you'll be able to access it without having on your computer stored that wallet address. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I did that a little bit more than a year ago. Now that's exactly
beautiful.
I have a dummy wallet / seed phrase loaded in my browser MetaMask, right? And then I just connect hardware wallet, and then that accesses the wallet that's loaded in my ledger. Yeah. Yep. Magic. Yeah, I think it's just time for me to upgrade my ledger and get either the X, or there's that new one. I can't remember what it's called right now, but it's really slick looking, and that way it just connects to my phone via Bluetooth, and I still have that protection.
Fantastic. All right. Brett, I think we can give your fingers a break. Poor guy is sitting there going through it. He's like, man, Atlas, I thought you'd never ask. We've given plenty and ample time for folks to take a look at it. I think, Chris B., did you have a question or comment, sir?
No, sorry, hit it by mistake. Brandon actually just answered it about the ledger, or about the ledger and the wallet. Thank you.
Glad to have you here, brother.
Let's get this crypto.
Oh, God damn. Oh, yeah. Let's get this crypto.
I want to shout out to Scott the Investor and the Driptopian, who I saw both of them in the chat. Welcome, guys. Don't feel obliged to speak up if you're just kicking the tires and hanging out in the podcast. All good. I'm just happy to see you guys here. I respect both of you guys and the YouTube channels that you run and the way that you approach DeFi. Much respect. Happy to see you guys here.
I don't think Driptopian can speak this evening because he's actually in bed, and it's 20 to 1 in the morning for us UK goers. So yeah, he'll be back.
That's a valid excuse. Scott doesn't have that excuse, but that's okay.
Scott's not with us anymore. I think he is busy about ARK. Wink, wink.
Right on. Well, hopefully, I don't know. I've been continually impressed by everything I'm seeing here at ARK. So, I would guess that those gentlemen will have similar impressions, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, nice
if
to
you
see
built
you guys.
it, they will come. And that's what we're doing, folks. Building, deving, creating the ARK of the future. Warning shots have been fired. You can hear them all across the DeFi space. ARK is raising the bar. And proving and showing the people what can be done when you create a dream team of developers and you put them all on board the ARK. I think we're going to need a bigger boat, guys. I'm already foreseeing that. Things are going to happen because it's being felt.
Dude,
it's
you
being
need
heard.
that sound effect. We're going to need a bigger boat. That's literally from Jaws.
In a world surrounded by chaos, one team builds the ARK to save humanity from inflation. Sound the alarm, Brandon.
That's
Let the folks know the ARK is rolling into the port near you. So all your little DGen friends, let them know they better get on board. Sooner than later, grab your seat, folks, aboard the ARK.
I love it. Yeah. Yep. Jump on. The ship is a-sailing.
Oh, they hear it coming. Happy days. So what do you say, folks? We get ready to do some Spark rewards. I mean, we're at another all-time high of gains. More gains, more Nitro, more ARK going into a lucky winner's account tonight. This will be our 54th lucky winner. Maybe they're here, maybe they're not. But the impact will be felt. It will be seen.
We're just off an all-time high. We're just shaving it. 255.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I thought we were already there. That's the night that we went really, really long. 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's unleash the beast anyway. And as we get ready, what do you have for all aboard? Cooking anything special?
Yes, sir. It's always a special night when we have Catalyst with us. He's done a deep dive on most people's favourite part of the podcast, which is the Spark reward, how likely you are to win it. And, you know, Catalyst is very analytical, very informational. And, we know what happens when Catalyst writes articles. People come flooding. So he's taken it upon himself. There you go. Bye. Yeah, so he's written a great article on the Spark reward, and just a great way to get the information out there, because you've got so many reasons to jump on the ARK. Just pick one, throw a dart, and you'll hit a reason to get on the ARK. And the Spark reward is one of those reasons. So last night we had Donatello with the foundation. Catalyst has done articles on the NFTs. We know how that goes. And tonight is the Spark reward. So looking forward to that.
Well, let's get to it. And I think if we go through that, we might reach the all-time high again.
Oh, yeah.
Alice,
I think
whenever you're ready, sir, it's all yours.
All aboard!
Thank you, sir.
Just before you start, Catalyst, I want to remind everyone the new way that we get involved for the All Aboard segment now. 50 to 100 BUSDs worth of ARK given away on a daily basis straight to your vault account. You don't even need to be an investor. You can be, someone new that's participating, and instantly, bang, you've got an ARK Vault account opened for you. All you need to do is click on the sweep widget link that is in the chat. Me and Fortunate post it every few hours all throughout the day. And it's also in the pinned messages 24 hours a day. You just click on that, register with your email address, follow the tasks. They take you directly to the piece of content. For example, if the task is clap 50 times, it takes you directly to the Medium article. You clap it 50 times, you come back, you enter your name, you move on to the next one. The whole process takes about 3 minutes, if that, and you are entered for a chance to win that fantastic prize on a daily basis. So we've updated that so the entire community can get involved, rather than just have the people on the podcast getting involved. We have people in Asia and Europe, they're asleep at these times. So everybody can be involved 24 hours to get that done. We'll keep stressing this until everybody realizes. And, get involved, people, because 50 to 100 BUSDs worth of ARK a day is a fantastic prize and a great opportunity.
Hey, guys. Alice, when you made that comment about we're going to need a bigger boat, I pulled up the line from Jaws. I don't know. Is it showing on the screen?
Yes, sir.
But
Yes,
it's
sir.
muted on YouTube. It's muted.
Oh, it's muted. All right. Do you guys want to see it or no? It looks like it's a minute.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see. Tell me if you can hear it.
We cannot hear it.
Now, there's no dialogue at the moment. Let's see. How about now?
Yep. Oh my God, that scared the shit out of me.
All right. We're going to need a bigger boat. All right, guys. Thank you for having me again. I wrote an article recently about, as you know, frequent listeners know that I've written a couple articles on what are the odds of winning the daily Spark Prize, which I'm so happy that we're now going to be calling it the Sparks Lottery. And if you don't recall, the odds of winning is 1 in 615, which the probability comes out to 0.16% chance. So we, as many of you know, we've had multiple two-time winners. We've had 3 people who have won twice. And I was really curious, what were the odds of winning twice? I mean, we knew what the odds of winning once are. It's 1 in 615. But when I was trying to calculate what the odds of winning twice are, or the probability, I should say, of winning twice, I had done some math, and it was coming up. The short story is that I was doing it incorrectly, and it was coming up like 1 in 400,000. And I said, that can't be right. I mean, because we had 3 Spark lottery winners in a matter of like 38 days. And I was like, well, if the probability is really 1 in 400,000, that is really unlikely. So I had to dig into some stats formulas and remind myself of my high school stats class. And that's when I came up with what I believe is the correct answer. Now, I don't want anyone to jump off the podcast. I'm not going to jump into a bunch of math. I'm just going to present this article and let you know what the odds are. And it's kind of fun, actually. But don't be afraid that we're going to jump into math. And any statisticians and math geeks probably already know how to do this, but it was a fun exercise for me to go through this. So this is a follow-up article to my most recent post. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Let me put this in edit mode because I think it's a little bit easier to read. There we go. So yeah, this is a follow-up to that article. Let me make sure you can see that. Great. I'm clicking back and forth between my Medium page and the pod. Again, this was done. Let's see. This was done after the 50th drawing of the Spark Prize. I think we're on 54 tonight, if I'm not mistaken. 54, maybe 55, and that's going to happen as soon as I finish this. So I'm gonna rush through this. That night we gave away $1,228. That was an all-time high prize. And then the next day after that, we gave away another all-time record. And tonight we're probably gonna hit yet another all-time record. I mean, it's over $1,400 tonight. So that's amazing. That's fun. So anyway, in this article, I say yesterday's winner was another first-time winner. And I say, you're probably asking, what's the significance of that statement? Aren't all the winners first-time winners? And I said, well, the majority of the 50 drawings so far have been first-time winners. But did you know that 3 Arkfi investors have won the Spark Rewards twice? And I go on to say that this is possible because winning the daily Spark Rewards prize does not preclude one from winning a second time or even a third time. And I talk a little bit about independent events. Each Spark Lottery drawing is an independent event. So you can win twice. You can win twice in a row even, or 3 times in a row. Very unlikely. But every event is independent, mutually exclusive and independent. So I say here that after the Daily Spark Rewards Prize saw its first repeat winner, the question was asked by some, and by some I mean me, what was the probability of that happening? So to answer that question, we need to know what is the probability of an investor winning the contest, and we know that's 1 in 615. At the time that I wrote that article last week, it's different now. It's constantly changing, but we're going to go with that for this article, 1 in 615. But we also need to know something else. We need to know how many drawings are we talking about? And then we take that information and we put it into a formula called the binomial distribution formula. And this is where it got fun for me because I like doing deep dives. But again, I'm not going to spend much time on this. You statisticians in the group on the pod, you'll know what this is. And this is, a very common statistical formula. But the binomial distribution, just really briefly, is it's the probability. It's simply the probability of success or failure in whatever event you're talking about. In our case, you're either going to win the Spark Rewards lottery or you're not going to win the Spark Rewards lottery. Those are the 2 outcomes. And that's what I just said here. So applying this, there's only 2 possible outcomes. You're either going to win or you're not going to win. And so, again, the variables that we need is how many times have we run the drawing or the lottery, and what is the probability of anyone winning the lottery on any given night. I did get this information from a really cool site called Statistics How To. I linked to it here. If anybody is curious, it's a really easy to understand stats site if you guys like to do deep dives. So just to give a quick example of binomial, or just to give a quick example of some stats, let's suppose you wanted to know what the probability of rolling a 1 on a dice was if you were to roll it 20 times. Well, we know that the probability of rolling any number on a dice is 1 in 6. And if you roll that 20 times, you're going to have a binomial distribution of where n equals 20 times. And the probability of any one time of getting a number is 1 in 6. And so I'm just giving you a little bit of background of how we apply this formula. Again, we know that the probability of anybody winning the Sparks lottery on any given night, including tonight, is 0.16% or 0.0016. That's all of these numbers here are equal. 1 in 615 probability is a 0.0016 chance. So let's look at what happened in the history of the Spark drawing. The Daily Spark Rewards Prize saw its first repeat winner during its 27th drawing. That's when we had our first repeat winner. The winner that day had previously won on the 13th drawing. And then just 2 weeks later, that winner won on the 27th drawing. So let's calculate the probability of someone winning twice in 21 days. Now, I'm going to skip over all this, but this is the binomial distribution formula. This part, this C stands for combination. So you look over all the combinations. And this is the probability of somebody winning, and this is the probability of somebody not winning, just briefly. If you want, you can read this article and click on the links that I put up above, and you can get a deep dive into this. These numbers, again, X is how many times we're talking about a person winning, so that's 2. This is the total number of successes. N is the number of times the drawing was held. And so in this case, it's 27. And then P is the probability of winning on any given night. And we know that to be 0.0016. So when we plug all of that in to the formula, we get a probability of winning twice in 27 days of 0.00086. Or a 0.086% probability. Or to put it another way, the person that won twice on the 27th day had a 1 in 158 chance of winning. So that was, that person won. That person's really lucky. And I can't remember if the first repeat winner was mistletoe toad or not, but regardless, that's what that was. So when I was doing my initial calculations before I did any research, and I kept getting like 1 in 400,000, I was like, no, that can't be right. This is much more likely, obviously, than 1 in 400,000. In fact, so here I say, so though unlikely to occur, it is a probability, and it did happen. As the number of drawings increase, so does the probability of another repeat winner. And in fact, the Daily Spark Rewards Prize drawing saw its second repeat winner on the 37th drawing. So I applied the binomial distribution formula again, and I wanted to know what was the probability of winning twice in 37 days now instead of 27 days. And I got 1 in 620, or 0.016. And what was interesting about that number is 0.16% happens to be the same probability of any eligible wallet winning the Daily Spark Prize on any given day. In other words, once we got to 37 days of the Spark lottery, the drawing had reached a point where the probability of seeing a repeat winner was the same as any other participant's probability of winning. Now, it's important to note that that's not the same thing as saying that the probability of seeing a repeat winner is now the same as the probability of seeing a first-time winner. And that's because we have far more participants who have not won relative to the number who have already won. Now, this article was written when we had done 50 Spark Lottery drawings. So we had 47 first-time winners because 3 of those winners had won twice. So 47 plus 3 is 50. But 568 people hadn't won at all yet. So therefore, the probability of seeing a first-time winner is 12x that of seeing a repeat winner at the moment. And the reason I say at the moment is as the number of not yet winners become first-time winners, that also increases the probability of future repeat winners. So my point is we can expect more repeats to occur. And guess what? Coincidentally, the very next day after the 37th drawing, on the 38th drawing, we saw our third repeat winner, just like that. So don't be surprised if we see more repeat winners as we go forward. And then, I wrote this article 3 days ago. So I said tonight is going to be the 51st drawing. What's the probability that we might see a repeat winner tonight? And I did all the math, and it was 1 in 331. So you can see as we continue on and we have more first-time winners, the probability of seeing a second-time winner is going to increase. In fact, it was 0.3%, approximately. And this is interesting. The reason that I use the term approximately is because the calculation that I'm using is the probability of a participant winning exactly twice. But in actuality, because we now already have 3 repeat winners, we now also have to consider the possibility of a 3-peat winner. And so just for fun, I calculated what's the probability of somebody winning 3 times right now. And so I did all the math there. And tonight, the probability that one of those 3 repeat winners could actually win a 3rd time is 1 in 12,660. They have a 0.0079% chance. So I say here it's a very small chance, but it's still a possibility. So I think all of this just adds to the excitement of the Spark lottery. We all want to see first-time winners, but how amazing would it be if somebody won 3 times?
What are the probabilities of Brandon winning again? And what are the probabilities that he won in the first week that he entered and got on board the ARK? I mean, what a way to be greeted, right? What a way to come and participate.
Well,
I think Brandon might be the 4th double winner.
Yeah, the probability of Brandon winning is the same as the probability of any eligible participant winning, and that's right now about 0.16%. Brandon happened to win during his first week, so lucky for him, good for him. Somebody has to win it, and I don't know how many wallets there are now, eligible wallets, but a week ago there were 615. If I had to guess, I'd say we're still under 700, let's just say, for the sake of conversation. So, the odds of anybody here that's listening tonight or anybody that is eligible is better than 1 in 700. But I had been wondering, the whole reason for this article was I wanted to get a good answer to that question of, what's the probability of winning twice? The reason but just for information, the reason I was getting 1 in 400,000 when I was doing it just by memory, like how I thought it should have been calculated, that's actually the probability of somebody winning twice in a row. So winning back to back, that's really unlikely. Essentially what you have to do is you have to take the probability of 0.0016 and you multiply it by 0.0016 and you end up getting a really long number like 0.0000256, and that comes out to be 1 in 400,000. So that's where that comes from. But yeah, right now, I think we have, we'll just go with here we go. We're now up to 50. What is tonight's drawing? 54? 53?
253, 67. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, so everyone, you all have a 1 in, like I said, less than 700 wallets chance of winning. But don't be surprised if we see a repeat winner, because it's just going to get more and more common, or more and more frequent. Yeah. Here we say here the probability of seeing a repeat winner is 1 in 331. But again, that doesn't mean it's more likely we're going to see a repeat winner tonight. It just means that because we've got a lot more people who have not won, so you have to take those 500 and whatever wallets that have not won at all yet and multiply their odds. So we have to subtract. So we've got 615 eligible wallets. We take out everyone that has won already, 50 people. So that's 565. So you take 565 times this. I think if I'm doing that right. So it's more, that's why we're going to continue. It's more likely we'll see a first time winner tonight rather than a repeat winner, but it can happen. And one of these nights, probably sooner than we think, we're going to see a three-peat winner. So anyway, let's get on with it. Let's do the Spark rewards. Well, unless there's any questions. Any math geeks out there that want to critique this? This was a fun exercise for me, by the way. Brad was mentioning when he was going over Donatello's article, his Medium article yesterday, and something that really resonated with me, Coach Brad, you said, this is simply, it's so easy to write an article because as you educate yourself on whatever you're educating yourself about, just write it down in a Medium article, and it will not only reinforce what you're educating yourself about as you do your research, but as a bonus, you get a Medium article out of it. This one's a little out there. I don't expect this to really resonate with people, but for me, I got to learn about the binomial distribution formula, and I remember that from stats back in the day, and I was like, oh, and it was all coming together. And then I got to play around with combination calculator, and I got to learn about combinations versus permutations. And anyway, but I digress. My point is, if you are researching something, take some notes along the way and turn it into an article.
Hey, Catalyst, quick comment. Great job on the article, by the way. Love these deep dives. I also noticed that you're doing a lot of more kind of higher level, broader articles, on blockchain and DeFi and passive income. And what's your strategy there? I'm just wondering. I think you and I had talked about that before. Just wondering if it's still in line with what I was thinking.
It absolutely is. You actually gave me the idea there to, what Brett's referring to, if you go out to my Medium channel, maybe I can go out there and show you. Let's see. Where's my list? I have a series of articles that I call blockchain basics. And these are little bite-sized articles on blockchain, cryptocurrency, and DeFi terms. And articles that I've written already this is like a glossary of terms. So if you click on any of these DeFi blockchain terms, you're going to get an article on that. Let's see, let's pick daily ROI dApps. I wrote an article on that even. And so this came about when I first started playing around with ChatGPT and we were discussing that on the pod most of the time after hours or after the pod stopped recording. And then Brett and I were kind of DMing each other because we were both exploring it. Everybody's been exploring ChatGPT. And to be honest, all of these all of these articles that have been written have actually been generated by ChatGPT. And I do have a disclaimer at the bottom because I don't want to take credit for anything that I don't write. And so I have a disclaimer at the bottom of each one of these that says, please note the content of this article was generated by ChatGPT. I do read over it and edit it, and there is some editing that needs to be done. Not like grammatical editing, but you have to be careful. ChatGPT is not 100% accurate. So this has been a fun exercise for me to generate the content for these. And, I'm not going to lie, I've learned as well as I've gone through the content that's been generated by the AI. It's increased my knowledge of DeFi and blockchain terms. And what happens is one article will lead to another one. So the way I've been doing this is after I generate the content, I then have ChatGPT summarize the keywords or just give me a list of the keywords that have been used in the article. And then from that list of keywords, that gives me a new topic to generate more content. Where is all this going? Brett, back to your question. I think you said ChatGPT could be a very efficient way to create what was the term you used, Brett?
Like an authority channel, build authority into your Medium channel, and then take the link juice from all of the articles and pass them back to your other articles, sort of like an SEO network. Interlink everything so that it builds a link pyramid back to your articles. We're trying to drive traffic and give those articles on Arkfi, for example, a lot more credibility.
Yeah, and I thought that was an excellent idea. So for you listeners, again, Brett and I were chatting in the DMs, and he said, he made that, it wasn't a suggestion. He was just saying, wow, this could be used to do that. And that got my gears turning. And I said, wow, yeah, that's a really good idea. I mean, everything is SEO based. And so I did just that. And that's what you're looking at here. And all of these articles have a read time of 5 minutes or less.
For those that don't know, SEO stands for search engine optimization.
Yes. So yeah, I'm just trying to increase my SEO or my Google juice, and like Brett said, add more authority to my overall Medium page. The majority of the articles that I write, obviously I write myself from scratch, but anything that's in this list was generated quite efficiently through ChatGPT. And I do go in and link to all these. So all of these articles link to one another, when appropriate. So there's a lot of cross-linking. And then like Brett just mentioned, when I write an original article, if I used to always link to if I had a technical term, I would link outside my page. I would go out to CoinDesk or, Coins, whatever, and I would link to their definition. But now I can keep it all in-house and link to my Medium articles here. So it works out really well. And, it took a little bit of time, but I think there's 42 articles here now. and it's growing as I come across a new, not a new term, but a term that I haven't yet generated content on. I'll add it to this list, and I've got a template down where it's pretty efficient for me to generate through GPT. It knows what kind of style I'm looking for. I want these to be, beginner articles, easy to read, etc.
But it's brilliant, Catalyst, because see, we're tapping into a whole new audience here at ARK. And a lot of these folks are completely new to crypto. So having this information, automatically puts you in a position of a DeFi expert, and they'll be able to use you as a go-to source to learn more about the space and more how to benefit from being in ARK. Before you know it, we could see you getting invited to be on the panel at crypto conferences, right? Representing ARK. And we had a guy here who wrote an article and worked his way and was invited to go and write for crypto.com, amazing crypto, and he was his second, third article. So there's a lot to benefit from doing exactly this. And I hope that the folks here take a page out of your strategy here and understand that there's a lot of opportunity as we, go over the bridge and start talking to these people and bringing them on board. These resources are going to be gold for them. Absolutely. Let's get this crypto.
Thank you. Let's get this crypto. That's all I have to present. Thanks for noticing, Brett. Does anyone have any questions for me about anything? Medium? Binomial distribution formula?
I think folks just want to win.
Great job. I love it.
Thank you.
All I do is win, no matter what.
I just recently reorganized all of my articles using Medium lists. It just makes it easier. And these are some of my lists. And I was just noticing that out of everything I've written on in the past, and I've been writing for a couple of years, up until ARK came along, I had written the most articles on Drip in terms of any particular protocol. But I have now written 17 articles on ARK, which is more than I've written on any other subject. Just FYI.
And it's official, folks. We are now at a new all-time high. 255.38 ARK. So if you haven't won, tonight could be your chance. This could be the special evening, because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And you don't need statistics for that, but we love statistics. And tonight, the 54th winner is going to be drawn here. New all-time high. And let's go ahead and get set up for it. Thank you for the presentation. Amazing, as always. Mr. Catalyst, you wanted to add something else, sir?
I've got 3 of my syndicate members in the other room. Many people on the pod probably have heard the saying, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Well, it is 5 o'clock here on the West Coast of the U.S., and so we're having a little bit of a happy hour. And some of my syndicate members are here. And so between me and them, we've got a pretty good chance of somebody in my house going to win tonight. We call these Fridays D Fridays. So good luck to everyone, but I have a good feeling about it.
Yeah, let's get this crypto. Oh, god damn.
Oh, yeah, let's.
Yeah, let's get this crypto. Oh, god damn.
Oh, yeah, let's get this crypto.
And tonight's winner, folks, their wallet ends in ED54, and they have won 255.82 ARK. Congratulations.
They say money can't buy happiness. Look at the fucking smile on my face.
Is it a new winner?
Second time winner. Second time winner.
Wow, Catalyst. You were right, sir. You were live again. This is our fourth double spark winner. Wow.
That is a massive that's a massive prize there, and I'm afraid the Catalyst's mind is going to explode with a fourth time double winner.
So he won 215 ARK, 214 ARK on February 9th. February 9th, 214 ARKs.
That's not the same one. That's a first-time winner.
What is that?
That's a first-time winner.
Oh.
The one on February 9th, the last four don't match. It's 38.54.
Oh.
Was 54.
Sorry about that.
Ooh. So wait, this is the first time winner?
No, it is actually a second-time winner, but
okay.
He won on the fourth drawing, which would have been December 22nd. He won 92.03 ARK.
Oh.
So whoever the fourth winner was, he just won it again.
Where's Chris Dugan? Because he won early.
Is it Chris?
No, I won the second day.
Oh, okay, bro.
I knew I didn't have to look when he said it was fourth day.
Yes, it is confirmed. Right, he's right.
Amazing. You're witnessing it here live, folks. You can keep on winning as everyone else is also winning because the contracts just keep on printing. Yes, sir. Do we have any questions, comments?
Is the reason that the odds are 1 in 615 Catalyst, is that because there's 2,900 vault accounts, 2,965. So I guess only 600 some odd accounts actually have the requisite foundation investment or legacy NFT. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Nice. So that's quite an incentive right there to not only get your ARK vault started up, but also kick in that 250 or 280 before tax into the foundation, because then you join a fairly small group of potential Spark Lottery winners. Amazing magic.
That is 1,460 US dollars, worth of ARK. 1,460 US dollars worth of ARK. That is crazy.
Bruh.
I don't care what level you're at on the ARK, if you maxed out your wallet or if you bought in with the minimum. That is a huge boost to your investment. Absolutely fantastic.
It only happens here, folks.
I'm
At
curious,
the ARK.
what would happen if the winner is a maxed out wallet? Would it reject it?
I'm not sure. I'd have to ask the coders what would happen at that instance. Do you know, Brett?
If they kept the fund, then I guess they would still be eligible. If they had an NFT, they would probably have already moved the NFT to another wallet. But it's possible, that they could win, but then it would just not send them anything because they have a maxed out wallet. It might go into their balance, but they just not see it.
Did you mean
I
a
would,
max
the
sense
NFT, I would
of-
move to another wallet if it is approaching to max wallet. Definitely, I'm gonna move my NFT to a different wallet.
But was the question, did you mean a max wallet as in paid out 80,000 ARK tokens, or did you mean someone that bought in for the maximum amount?
Yeah, they weren't able to build anymore, so they had a max vault.
Yeah, those folks, if you already had a 80,000 token, it does make sense. What Brett said, they've already moved it and playing the game in another amazing wallet at ARK. Any other questions, comments, folks? All right. Mr. Z, do you have some alpha for us tonight?
What's going on, people? What a night. Been fun. Learned about the app, learned about the future. And yeah, DeFi is always streaming with good news. Share my screen. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, can I share? There we go. There we go. 1 second. Yeah, some good updates today. So we have things on ZK rollups to look into. We have PayPal. So I'm going to touch the PayPal stuff to begin with. So the title reads here, PayPal held over $500 million in Bitcoin, Ethereum last quarter. So yeah, PayPal was holding a bag and is sort of, aped in. So the article reads, payment giant PayPal held over $500 million worth of two largest cryptocurrencies as of December 31st, 2021, according to its year-end report to the Securities and Exchange Commission. So, yeah, they've aped in another 63 million in sort of Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and I'm sure a big bunch into DeFi as well. So yeah, all sorts of things are going on. So I guess these are sort of the tech companies that held an empire for decades, right? PayPal, Amazon. So when these folks are holding this much in reserves, it shows you where DeFi is going and where crypto's going. It's Tim Cook, PayPal, all of these folks are really investing big money, and a bunch of them are behind big VCs as well. So it's nice. It's nice to see that they also have a wallet that they're buying tokens from. So that's the first thing that sort of sparked my norms there. That's pretty cool. Now this news is much more DeFi. So for people that understand things like Sushi Swap, right? So SushiSwap acquires Cosmos-based trading platform Vortex Protocol. These sorts of platforms, they take leverage trading to another level. I think you 10x, 20x in some of these moves that these guys create. So SushiSwap is basically going into that sorts of world. DEX, leverage trading, the Vortex Protocol, SushiSwap. These are things to look into. And the great thing is they have built it with SEI network. So SEI network is a layer 1. And if you are part of these podcasts, you'd see us talk about SEI, SUI, Aptos, these sort of projects. These are the sort of, you can say, building blocks in DeFi. A big acquisition by Sushi and the team. So they sort of quoted this so this was a quote from SushiSwap. This acquisition is direct partnership between SCI, Vortex, and Sushi teams to help bring to the market the first fully on-chain perpetual DEX. Right? A DEX like Uniswap allows you to move through liquidity pools, but something like this allows you to leverage and brings in a whole different trader community in. So yeah, we look forward to that. These are a few different projects that you can sort of keep in your bookmarks and look into. So that's the DeFi news there. Now this is a person that everyone should follow because he's talking about ZK rollups and he follows Starknet and a bunch of different elements of DeFi. And we're going to check this out. So yeah, so according to Miles Ocher, a good influencer, a YouTuber, a person who's knowledgeable about the scene, right? So he mentions in 2023, the year of ZK rollups. There's these 3 projects that we should keep an eye. So ZK Sync, Starknet, and Polygon ZK EVM. These are projects that are upcoming token launches, and they're going to be working layer 2 on a different level. Like this is the roll-up era. So I'm looking forward to the token launches and what they bring to DeFi. Things like Starkware, ZK rollups, Snarks. These are the kind of technologies that we as ARK members will be building on, but it also brings us closer to projects like Mina Protocol. The Mina Protocol is like the world's lightest blockchain, and it uses ZK Snark. So these are projects that will take layer 2 to another level, and we're starting to see new ecosystems, right? We're seeing Immutable X. We're looking at much less gas fee and more gaming, and these are the kind of projects that people are going to see really spark and sort of this accumulated market and then into the bull market. So Loopring is another layer 2. Syscoin is another one. And Dusk Network. These are all sorts of projects to really look into because they are going to enable their communities to trade at a higher sort of swap level, at a higher transaction rate, better technology. And these are the projects that will sort of, be partnering, will be working with the big folks, the tech companies, the banks, the governments. So yeah, that's my little show. I know it's really short, but I hope I was able to pass some knowledge along with ZK Snarks.
What's up with the memes? Can you talk to us? Who are the winners of the memes? I saw that they were selected. Tell us about them. Show us the work. I mean, it's meme time, folks.
Meme time. There's Brad here. Brad is the host of the memes.
The only cure for sadness.
Brad, you there?
Yes, sir.
Do you wanna sort of name the 3 winners?
Yeah, let me share my screen and we'll go through them.
Let's go. Yeah, these 3 memes were basically like really looked into. They were entertaining and they touched all the sort of variables that we have fun with in DeFi. So hope you guys enjoy what Brad is about to present to you. The teams looked into it and we were We loved your creativity, and honestly, I don't want people to stop memeing. Like that channel should be busy. Someone in the group asked, "Can we basically look into, you know, is the meme competition over?" I'm like, no, the meme thing is never gonna end. We're gonna see people continuously get the message out there, and the memes are the best way. So yeah, we're gonna let Brad pick them up because we gave with a select of 3 that I think he's gonna present to you now. So yeah, Brad, whenever you're ready.
Awesome, thank you very much. And I had no hand in picking these memes, just so people know this was done in house. But I don't have a boat in the race, just as to say. But right, so here we go. Here is, and there's no first, second, or third place. This is just the 3 winners, an equal share of the 300 BUSD that was available. So each one of these people wins 100 BUSD each, which is absolutely fantastic. So, and I don't think you could have picked. I don't think you could have picked 3 better memes. I think they're all absolutely brilliant. This is the first one from Tori Nicholas, which is, we saw this before. Z showed it a few times. We've seen it when in the DeFi sessions, and this is just a fantastic meme. Absolutely brilliant, really creative, great idea. It's got the core team, and it's got all of the advisors. Hey, Chris. And I think this is fantastic. Absolutely deserves to be one of the winners. Absolutely brilliant. Really creative. Fantastic. You deserve to win. So that was Tori Nicholas. Number 2, and as I said, this is in no particular order. Number 2 is this one. The Spark prize is worth how much? And this is by Terry Tibbs, the one, the only, the legend. He definitely deserved to be one of the winners. He's here every night. I know personally. I've not been present for one podcast due to a family birthday that was in the evening. And apart from that one, and I'm sure he was here, Terry Tibbs has been in every single podcast. You can't have an ARK podcast without Terry Tibbs. And he was one of the first people making memes long before there was a competition. So fully, excuse me, deserves to be one of the winners. And I don't think we're going to forget this one anytime soon. This is a great meme. Well done, Terry. Totally deserved. And then this third one was my personal favourite. And as I said, I didn't have a hand in choosing these winners, but we all had a favourite. It was between this one and the next one for me. But this meme is it's just fantastic. In my opinion, it was the best one. Totally deserves to be one of the winners. Absolutely brilliant. The bear market cannot touch the ARK. Cannot get anywhere near it. Absolutely love that meme. Fantastic. By Faith Tanny. So very well deserved, all 3 of those winners. Give us some time and we'll send the prizes out. If you can DM me or Z your wallet addresses, we're going to post this in the chat. I'm actually going to post it right now. into the announcements channel so that people can see the winners. And we will pin that in case people aren't around this evening or on the podcast. And I will collect those wallet addresses, or Z will, and we will get them sent out to you.
Absolutely. Alice, what do you think about the 3 memes that were chosen?
Oh, I think they're great. Wonderful. Great choices.
I say my favorite one was the 12 disciple ones. The Jesus, I love it. That one's awesome. That's legacy.
I like the ice one a lot. I'm surprised the ice one didn't make it.
It was a tough one.
I mean, so much work and like effort went into that one. So I appreciate when folks put the work in. So
it must have been a tough decision because, I mean, going through these memes, on the DeFi sessions, there were easily 10 that were in for a real good shot at winning, in my humble opinion. So I don't know how that it was decided, but I think there were 3 great memes that won, and I think there was easily 6 or 7 that if they had won and one of these hadn't, it would have, they were equally as impressive, creative, and time and effort went into them. But those were the 3 that were selected.
Absolutely. Everyone did a great job. A bunch of them were, you can say, really articulate. And that's why we're going to let people continue creating memes. It's a fun, it's fun. It gives the team an outlook, and we have a good laugh. And I'm sure everybody feels the same, and we should do more of them.
Yes, sir. Let's actually officially rerun the contest again.
Okay.
And let them know that every night we'll do a 2-minute section here with the DeFi sessions, and we're going to show the memes of the day. So we'll go through them quickly, as we like to do, but they're also going to get some exposure here to the podcast and the rest of the community. So let's keep it going. It was fun. And look, we all need a laugh, right?
Oh, yeah.
Can't be always serious. We got to have a good time doing what we do. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much, Brad. Thank you, Z. Great presentations, guys. And thank you, Catalyst, too. I mean, wow. Talk about getting lucky. So now we have our 4th double winner. 2x4 or 4x2. Amazing.
And
really
impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Alice. Go ahead.
You go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Just to clarify, the new meme competition will have to be new memes, right? You cannot resubmit existing memes, or you can?
New.
Yeah.
New material.
So. Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Before we conclude tonight's podcast, do we have any questions or comments, folks?
You need to have the double rainbow guy. Whenever you say that we've had 4 double Spark Award winners, you need to play that little clip of the guy. Double rainbow across the sky. Oh my God, what does this mean? Double rainbow.
Hey, Brandon.
Yeah.
So you are the 12th guy who minted the platinum NFT.
Yes,
Are you aware of that?
I believe so. Yes.
Yes. So I just thought that picture, the meme contest, the first one that had the Jesus with the 12 apostles.
Yes.
Yes.
That reminds me of 12.
I'm happy to make it an even dozen. I think it's up to 13 now, maybe more.
I think it is 14, something like that.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, total. I was talking about that actually on the stream today. For me, it was a no-brainer. I mean, I'm getting a 0.25% a day in BUSD rewards. That right there is that's all I need. You know, that's a solid return. But to have all the features and benefits of that NFT going into the future, you know, that's going to be a pretty amazing thing to have as well. So,
and you're enjoying your personalized dashboard?
Yes, that's dope. Yeah, it's really cool, and yeah, it's so like it just seems natural now. Like, and it was weird too when you pointed that out on Wednesday. I was like, oh, wait a second. I've been looking at this. Literally, I've been looking at this the whole stream so far, and I didn't even notice it. Yeah.
Well, actually, cool. technically, no. We did it a few minutes before I had you refresh. We didn't want you to see it before. We wanted to catch you.
Oh.
And we thought you might have a camera, so we get the reaction video. Right? Like not to show it, but just to have like, oh. But
I see how you are. I see how you are.
Yeah. Well, surprises should be, right? Surprises.
Yeah, that was super fun.
VIP treatment for everyone. The community, the village is happy, folks. We're going to prepare a State of the Union speech here for you guys soon, because it's looking strong. A lot of growth and a lot of folks coming close, nearing their return on investment, getting that win, which is so important, guys. It is essential right now for folks to get that win. Their friends, their families, oh, crypto, it's so bad. No, it's not. I'm on the ARK, sir, ma'am. I'm getting this crypto every single day. I'm earning, I'm winning, I'm calm, cool, and collected. It's making a big difference. And we will continue on this beautiful, long journey. And we're going to meet so many folks along the way. We're going to hear so many testimonials of what they've been able to achieve through the ARK. And they're going to have so much education from being here with us on how to diversify all that growth, all that wealth, how to protect it. That's another important factor, folks. That's why we have the DeFi sessions here. We don't want you going and buying S coins and just throwing away all of your wins. We want to teach you how to really understand tokenomics and look at projects and look at teams and look at technology from a mature, seasoned investor's perspective. What good is making all this money if you're just going to give it right back to the market? Heinous. We don't want that. We want to thank everyone for coming out to the podcast. Thank you for your participation. We felt honored and proud to be able to show you what we've been telling you about, that something amazing is getting built here, and it's going to have a true impact. It's going to have that network effect. And mass adoption is the name of the game here at ARK. For the folks that are listening, we also thank you for your participation. The recording has the video as well, so you could have your moment looking at what the team is building here for you. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you like it. Please comment in the chat. We'd love to hear your feedback as well. And we hope that you also found tonight's podcast informative, educational, and fun. Good night, folks.